So now I'm going to start with this festival, like which was hosted by the creative department at UZ, called the SASA Festival on the 28th of March, Friday, in Betro. So this festival, like, it was depicting emotions of someone going through a phase of depression, and it was shown by the techniques used by the actors as they were shown like this depressed phase mode. And these techniques were effective in sending the message of, if you see someone in a state of, like, in that state that was depicted by the actors, you can tell it's depression, and you can help them, and maybe you can help them find help. So yeah, that's the SASA festival. Yeah, so the SASA festival, yeah, this festival, so it was addressing mental health issues among the youth. Yeah, that's all in summary. Gleno for this movie is like, there's this professional dead doctor, who helps men win women of their dreams. But he faces his own challenges, as he felt like for this woman who was a gossip who threatened to reveal his secret identity besides being a dead doctor. Yeah, so right now I'm going to analyze the beats in the first 5 scenes of the movie Hitch. And here I'm going to describe the setting and the characters present. So in the first scene, there's a series of restaurants, bars, nightclubs in New York, and the characters in there was Alex Hitchens and various women and men. So the beats in this scene, like, there's one which was like, it showed Hitch helping men improve their dating lives. And the other beat is depicted like is this smooth, charming expert in this woman, like in this dating field, in helping men get home. So in the other one is like the montage, it establishes his reputation as a dead doctor, as it shows him helping various men in this bar. So in the second scene, this is where, like, it shows like his office. This was like a sleek office in Manhattan. It was, this modern space, and the characters present in that scene was Hitch, his assistant, and a new client named Neil. So the beat in scene 2, it shows like Hitch working with his assistant, discussing the progress of their client, and then Neil, a new client, explains this situation, as he was shy, he couldn't talk to women, so he hired Hitch to help him. So scene 3, so yeah, scene 3, that's where we show, like, it shows Albert's office, and this Albert was an accountant, and this desk was cluttered, and the characters in this scene 3 was Albert, his co-worker, and later on he showed up. So the beats in scene 3 are like Albert is shown struggling with his job and love life, So the other beat is he confides his co-worker, about this woman he had a crush on named Allegra. And later on, the other beat was when Rich arrived and introduces himself as a dead doctor. So in scene 4, that's where Hitch and Albert meet the first time, They meet in a coffee shop in Manhattan. So in this scene, there was Hitch and Albert. And the first beat was Hitch and Albert discuss Allegra's chances with her, as Albert told Hitch he had a crush on a girl named Allegra. So the other beat was Hitch explains his services, as a dead doctor, as he helps men get women of their dreams. And Albert hired Hitch to help him get this Allegra. So in this, now it's scene 5. Scene 5, he showed this, like, he showed Sarah's office, like he was a journalist, so in a trendy office, like a modern space. So in this scene, there was Sarah and her colleague. And the beats that are shown in this story, it shows like Sarah working on a story about a dead doctor, Like she was like, this possessed girl, with this work, she was exposed with revealing like this identity of a dead doctor, and that dead doctor happens to be Hitch. So the other bit is like it showed Sarah like is this smart, beautiful girl, like with a charming character, which she used to snatch Hitch. So right now, like I'm going to explain how these beats contribute to the overall narrative and character development of the story. So in these first five scenes, in the first scene, the contribution in like to narrative and character development, like it introduces each character and profession. It establishes the tone and genre of the movie, which was a comedic and and romantic tone, and it also like provide context, like a context of like his expertise as a dead doctor. And in scene two, it further introduces like it further one establishes in fact his character and profession. It also introduces like the concept like of his client and cases, and it showcases his expertise and confidence like in helping men get women they want. So yeah, in scene three, like that's when it shows Albert, introduces him like himself, like as he struggles with his work and love life, and it also establishes like the central plot of the movie, like helping like Albert win over Allegra, It also like showed his expertise and confidence in helping as he gave Albert assurance that he was gonna win Allegra, So the scene four, like that was Hitch's first meeting with Albert, So the contribution to the narrative and character development is it establishes like a dynamic between Hitch and Albert, and it also showcases what like his expertise and confidence. It set up the central plot of the story, which was Hitch as a dead doctor helping men get women they want, So scene five, which is the last scene, to contribute like what it contributed to the narrative and character development. It introduces this girl named Sarah and her goals, as a journalist working on this story. It establishes like the main conflict of the movie, which was each secret identity was threatened. In fact, was each fell for this Sarah girl later on in the movie. So it also shows like Sarah's ambition and determination to do her work as she was working on this story of a dead doctor with a secret identity.